my home. Ooh, goodbye Saturday train. I am looking for an appropriate time, but seems that they're running on these paths. It's far from my home. Where can I find you? The train has already gone. Not a big deal, no need to rush. Let's go by Sunday train. I just noticed now I didn't have ticket to the future, but I found it now. It was nothing hard. All I wanted was an excuse. Ooh, now I found you. The train can be there or not. Ooh, we can go anywhere. There is nothing left here to do. It's just perfect. No need to rush. Let's go by Thursday train.
Okay, so humanity
someone
gets
start
big.
a stopwatch.
Shut up,
kills
boss. We're
himself.
listening to Splatoon lore.
Humanity goes big, has big technology, kills themselves. Then they like a small bit, like 1% of the humanity came back to life, and then they had like well somehow they had fucking crustaceans and shit. Like they had like fucking squids and
They
had
turned
squids
into
and-
Power Ranger
what's the
villains.
Jellyfish, yes.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
squid and
guys.
jellyfish in like a cave thingy, and like they had sustenance for like the entire time that they were there.
I'm here.
And like for somehow they died. They all died.
I am
But then
from
the
the
squid
future.
evolved into like a humanoid form, and so like they ended up like they ended up going into like the surface world and all that stuff. And somewhere around the line there was like a janitor who like tripped over like a container that had a immortalized cat that was made because a scientist didn't want their cat to die, so they put him in a cryogenic chamber and had a serum of everlasting life that makes the cat immortal. And as a backup plan, if he were to die, then there would be like a sort of a genetic clone of the cat that would spawn if the cat were to be dead. Okay, then we'll come back to the cat later. But then now here comes like the lore of this Splatoon.
No one's
And so, for like a few dozen years or something like that, like the octopussy and like the squid pussy lived in good condition. But they lived in like good harmony and shit. And so, but then the problem was that the world, even though it's big, they still ran out of room. So like they were fighting for land and shit. And whoever won gets to keep the land of like above, but everybody else gets pushed down into the ground. Like they have absolutely no power whatsoever. They have like dog shit power. And so the Octolings lost, the Octopussy lost, and
Let's
so
go, British Tex.
and so like since the Octopussy lost, they went down into the ground, and then they started to drum up some plans on how to get revenge on the squids, you say. And so this begins the around like Splatoon 1, where like they stole what is called the Great Zapfish, where like it powers the entirety of the city around like anywhere that has turf battles. Like anywhere that has like battles and like technology and shit, that's being powered by like the Great Zapfish. And then like the fucking Octolings stole it in like a day. And so like a random kid saw like an old man in a it's like okay, and then we got to like the main protagonist, where like the main protagonist just came up to like this city like as soon as the Great Cybernetic were like stolen, and he happened to look at like an old man that was like out falling out of a sewer grate, and looked at him.
Old man or human or a squid man?
Like a squid old man, like hey,
It's me.
yeah, and so like any normal kid, he followed the old man's sewer grate into somewhere else, like somewhere completely secluded, like way out into yonder. No one would ever know where that kid went. And so instead of the actual and so just began that the old man had recruited this young boy or girl into the Squid Beak platoon, which is essentially like a guerrilla, like the only lasting army against the Alkalines, which like consists of like 4 people, including you.
See.
And so like you go, and so like this one kid goes like through the entirety of the army of Ocklings, and like goes into their like bases and shit, and then they fought the main boss, DJ Octavio, an Octarian who is the main shtick is that he has like he stays in his squid form, you see. And he has this gigantic Shogun helmet on top of his head, and like his main shtick is that he loves dubstep. So like one of his deals is that when he's fighting you, like face my sick beats and shit, and he like fights you with dubstep and like just gigantic and like a gigantic cyborg how do you call it? Like a spherical cyborg thing. It's like think of like a marble maker, but like with hands. Think of like a marble with hands.
Did they ever say that the cat from before went off to become today?
All from Gundam.
And so after the Splatoon kit won, everything was back to normal. And then like everything else happened, like the fucking Splatoon stuff, which then we can finally get to the cat. The cat's job is that because he is like immortal and shit, like he decides to just regulate the turf battle all by himself. So any turf battle you do will, and like he will judge how who wins, and that's it. And then we're going into I think we passed the racism actually. No. The racism is like a very small part, but it's definitely there. But we'll get to that in like the Splatoon 2 expansion.
Yeah.
Is this Guilty Gear lore?
No, like Japanese are bad at that.
Actually, I think the only reference to racism is that like the old man says to like an Octoling if anyone likes the music I like, I don't care. It's a friend of mine. I don't see species.
Oh.
And then that's I think that's about it.